anticipation for this one, and rightfully so. A really interesting matchup, and a lot of people focused on this kickboxer trying to make a real concerted run at UFC Gold.
Yeah, he's trying to make a run at the championship. We have seen him compete at the highest level in kickboxing and done very, very well. But how does he implement that fight style in the mixed martial arts? We're going to find out very soon if he can do everything he did there inside the UFC's octagon.
Certainly in our fighter meeting, he talked a lot about his wrestling and grappling improvements, but he knows what the fans want to see, and that is to see him striking against this opponent here tonight. Here is Kamaru Usman back on the proving ground here tonight, and even dating to the Ultimate Fighter back in 2015. You got the sense pretty early on that we were looking at somebody special. He was able to cap it with the UFC Championship. He's back on the horse here tonight.
He has this undying belief in himself, believe that hard work, all the results will show, and they have Kamaru Usman. From the pace and pressure he put on Dos Anjos to the pace and pressure he put on Woodley, he shows now, and in those fights, why he's one of the best fighters in the welterweight division.
And he's really coming into his own when it comes to his striking. Certainly he's had a lot of standard influences in his ear. Henry Hooft, of course, Greg Jones on the wrestling side. Kamaru Usman, as he put it way back in the day, is a real problem. Profile matchup here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buckley.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Joaquin Buckley. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here we are back in Newark, New Jersey, inside the Prudential Center for another monumental UFC event. And I think the biggest memory for me in this building was Colby Covington in the main event against Robbie Lawler. That was as inspiring an offensive performance that I've seen in some time.
He blew the roof off of the Prudential Center. But it's important to feel what cheer. You understood what you were watching as you saw Colby Covington put on the performance of a lifetime.
Usman's in half guard now.
And there you go, again, half guard.
All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here. And if you're the opponent, you got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop it.
You got to defend, but you can see him now starting to gain posture and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish.
Oh, nice hook.
And that's the danger in the engagement there.
Tags Lands him with the straight. Nice job there by Usman. Well, he works his entire striking game off of that jab. Doubles up on the jab now. Usman's shot is blocked. Oh, how good was that combo? He is really doing a nice job stringing his shots together now. Beautiful takedown there from Kamaru Usman. You heard Tyron Woodley knocking the D2 National Championship before they fought. Kamaru Usman's application of wrestling to mixed martial arts is as good as anybody in the sport.
That was nice.
2 minutes have expired off the first round clock. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Postures up now and lands a devastating strike to the head. Well, nothing in the unified rules says you can't strike from off of your back, and he did well there. And he will let his opponent stand up here.
Great punch.
Both fighters starting to open up a little bit. Pretty pinpoint left hand right there. Oh, right hook attempt, no good. Oh, and he lands another takedown here, just doing a nice job not telegraphing his shot. Clean entries. The Olympian's got to like what he sees.
I mean, over and over, he gets to the legs before his opponent reacts. By beating him on the entry, now it's up to the opponent to keep up. But this guy's playing chess. His opponent's playing checkers. He's playing chess. He can't keep up once he gets to his legs. He's got to beat him defensively before he gets his hands locked around his legs or his body. Great ground and pound by this man.
Oh, another strike lands from the top.
Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get enough pressure to finish his technique.
All right, so we'll see if he goes for another takedown here, and it's the way he's approaching the setup, too, that I think you've liked so far.
I love it, man. I love how he's throwing the left hook and almost pulling himself into his shot. Punch goes, as the opponent's hands go up, he drives himself into the guy to try and secure a takedown. Truly, truly high-level striking mixed with unbelievable wrestling.
Double leg takedown attempt here, and that one is true. Nice job there to enter and ultimately plant his opponent on the mat.
Now what does he do? That he's gotten his best shot off, finish the attack. Where does he go now from the top position?
Good, solid strike on the ground. And he's back to his feet. Good sign for him there. A lot of power on display from Kamaru Usman as he lands yet again there.
Kamaru Usman showed in the Colby Covington fight, not only is he the best welterweight in the world, he may just be the toughest welterweight in the world because he went through the fire in order to retain that title.
Beautiful entry as he gets the takedown late in the round, too, which could have an impact on the judges potentially.
Absolutely. You want to leave an impression in the judge's mind. If you walk back to your corner, get up in the dominant position, almost want to wave at the judges and say, I got it done.
Well, horn sounds for the end of round one.
That's what I'm talking about right there. You can't stop your kicks. I want you to keep it up, though. Don't sleep on them kicks. Keep them coming. Keep the pressure coming. Leg kicks.
All right, so there's the horn at the end of the round. Multiple takedowns landed for him over the previous 5 minutes.
And you know what, John? Even more importantly, look at the opponent now. He's afraid to pull the trigger because he's been taken down so many times. Getting taken down is one thing, but having it happen to you continuously really does make you gun shy. And right now, he's very tentative to let his offense go because of the fear of getting taken down back to the mat again.
All right, round two. All right, well, we'll see if his opponent can make the requisite adjustments. He got taken down left and right there that previous round.
It's going to be very difficult because he never got a specific type of takedown. It was always something different, but it always led to his opponent getting great top position.
Man, these guys have some shins on them. Huge shots being landed on both sides. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Well, that combination's going to leave a mark. You see him getting top position, standing over his opponent, and delivering the ground strike. Nice job by Usman. Useful strike there. The hook is clean. All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. You know, sometimes when you play basketball, you're in the zone. This dude's in the zone.
This guy's throwing his basketball in the midst of the ocean. He can't miss with anything that he throws. Every kick lands. Every punch lands. He has just outclassed this guy on the feet. You have got to find a way to change the way that this fight is playing out, or your night's going to end very early.
Usman's nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing ideal about it here in the middle of this fight. Just out of range. Oh, what a connection right up the gut. I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he doesn't know where he is. He's hurt real bad. That punch landed in the perfect spot. Now we're going.
Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook a little bit.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack that cut. Cut man's going to have some work to do if we get to the stool between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cut men in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only going to continue to get worse because he has got a killer in front of him.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Oh, bleeding from his cheek now. That can't feel good. Just over 2 minutes to go. All right, close guard now. Usman's in half guard. Continues to apply pressure here in half guard. All right, feet on the hips here. All right, so the hands are crispy tonight. Not exactly what we thought we would see out of this wrestler, but as a former two-time U.S. Olympian yourself with some hands,
You can fall in love with the striking, but he is showing tonight that everything starts with his wrestling. It gives you the level change, which then in turn helps him land in the striking. He looks fantastic. I did not expect him.
huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished. Oh, nice right hand. Oh, nice takedown defense.
Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round one. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second round. Usman's blocking well now. Made the adjustment, protecting what is an already damaged nose. Well, you thought the cut man did his job, but that cut on the nose was just nasty, and it is pouring blood now. All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side underhook. This is a great position for a top fighter.
All right, round three coming up next. All right, there's the end of the round, and hopefully not the end of the fight. He doesn't look as handsome as he did when he walked out. That is a severe gash on his face. All right, that is the end of the round, and some definite adversity for him here, or so you would think. The cut on the bridge of the nose is only getting worse, and that nose might even be broken at this point in time. So certainly something that bears watching as we enter this next round. All right, so now we have some real adversity. There's a cut on the nose. Hard to know if that's impacting the breathing, but some definite damage in that previous round.
Yeah, some real damage. And now when you get a cut like that, that is in a bad spot. Every time you get hit on the nose, it's so jarring. And then the blood starts to go down into the mouth. He's got an uphill battle ahead of him.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. Usman's really bleeding heavily now. You got to think they might bring in the ringside position to take a look at that cut between rounds. Oh, uppercut.
Big body kick lands.
Usman gets tagged by another uppercut. You know he can take some punishment, but he would be wise to get those hands up here. Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other DC.
Yes, we knew this would be very competitive. We knew that this was a tough fight. We knew that both guys would be very evenly matched in this fight, but we didn't expect to see this type of war between these two guys.
Close guard. Oh, big hammer fist lands.
It's over. It's about to be over, John. If he doesn't move right now, his night is going to be over.
All right, well, that blow is fauceting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target. Huge strike there. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much. Oh, just open it up on his own.
Well, that overhand, big weapon for him throughout his career. It's been there all night. Look for him to go back to it here.
These boys are standing right in front of each other, just kind of going at it.
3 minutes to go.
Both durable, both unwilling to take a step backward. What a phenomenal fight.
So fighter a little bit stunned, holding on to him now, not doing a ton, just looking to recover. Pretty significant as well to the left side.
He's got that arm triangle, watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique.
Oh, looked pretty tight, but he gives up on the submission. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. Relentless pressure from the top by Usman. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job. Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet. Oh, you gotta like the output here. So aggressive with the strikes. He continues to light him up. Got to be careful here not to gas out, of course, but you got to like the offense we're seeing from him, especially in this round. All right, so the cut really starting to open up wider now, and you got to credit this striker for continuing to attack that area.
Just knowing the target, knowing what he's supposed to do, and doing it as effectively as he is right now. This guy's tremendous.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
In the half guard. Massive shot from the top. There it is. Now he's going to mount.
Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure.
That was a slick transition.
Oh, working hard to get back up again, and he's there. Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now. Oh, a huge block there.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
45 seconds remain in the round. Well, now
big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish.
Usman goes in for the takedown now, and he gets gets it. Nice fight IQ there after he had gotten stunned on the feet.
Nice pass.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Final seconds of the round. Oh, looks like he's got that arm pin in the triangle now. Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense.
All right, back to the stools we go, and that is a really severe cut, so we will monitor him between rounds as they furiously get the cut man in there.
You know he's going after it. Protect it.
All right, I'm being told we've got some replays from the previous round, and it appears as though the cut on the bridge of the nose is getting worse by the minute.
It's getting worse by the minute, and he's got an opponent in front of him that wants to target it. He wants to hit him on the nose over and over again. I wonder if every time he gets hit there, the blood goes down into the mouth, making it difficult to breathe.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the fourth round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Well, he's been good tonight, but he missed with that one.
Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful body kick.
Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position.
Nice punch to the head.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Usman. Another ground and pound strike lands. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Usman's taking aim at that cut right now. A strong decision by him to land strikes on an area that he has already done significant damage on. Man, looks like he's trying to set records here, landing all of these strikes. He is aggressive to a fault and really has been all night long as he continues to pour it on. Got to be careful here, though, not to gas out. And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Some separation. Trying to find a home for that right hand. Just over 3 minutes to go. You wonder if the offensive fighter is going to start to get frustrated. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad. And this guy has his opponent hurt very badly again. He's hurting him bad, man. That right hook is nasty. Oh!
Oh, big left hand.
Oh, right hand landed. There you go.
Look for him to throw that overhand here again. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following it.
All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful.
Nice transition.
Usman's back in full guard. Attempting a choke now. Oh, it's tight. Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. Nicely done by Usman.
Gotta be careful here.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that tired, that fatigue is warranted. That was a high-level grappling exchange between two phenomenal grapplers.
Usman's cut right on the bridge of his nose does not look good, folks. We'll continue to keep an eye on it, and you gotta think the ringside physician will too. Referee might call him in here in short order. Nice. Nicely done. All right, so let us see who has enough left to finish this fight. I'm looking at two fighters who are on the verge of gassing.
I mean, they have done everything in their power to finish this fight, but their opponents are so tough that they find themselves very late in both aspects. Big, massive shot lands. Look at how tough the opponent is, though. Still standing, still in their fight.
Usman goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. So a nice entry and a wise move, given how the things were playing out on the field.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Usman's an absolute mess. I wonder if they might call in the ringside physician and potentially stop this fight. Ground and pound strike there now. Horn sounds for the end of round 4. All right, so that round is in the books. Usman's nose is thankful that's the end of the round. Got to be broken. A lot of blood coming out of that nose area. And we'll see if they indeed call on the ringside physician to take a closer look. All right, the truck has produced some replays from that previous round. Perhaps we can even isolate the strike that opened up that cut on the bridge of his nose.
It's nasty, and it's in a bad spot because the reality is when you can't breathe through your nose, you start to open your mouth, but the blood is dripping down into your mouth. How is he going to breathe in order to have a chance to win this fight?
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at this 5th and final round. Big power shot there. Again, this fight's going to be over.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high with his opponent while he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very bad. Oh, nice level change.
We'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet.
Big double leg level change. Another big takedown.
Full guard here, DC. What does he need to do to improve position?
Well, he's got to start to build his posture, get some damage off, move the half guard, which in turn leads to more opportunities for advancement. If you're on the bottom, you've got to anticipate those movements the moment he tries to move to the next position. You build a shot.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Usman's eye is starting to swell shut. Again, going back to the jab just out of range.
When both are prepared, these are the types of fights that we expect.
Usman gets the single leg takedown. Well played.
Got his guard pass.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Usman. All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard.
Well, an incredible fight thus far. Both fighters look like they could be finished at any time. If you wondered about the heart on either side, that question was answered tonight.
Nothing. There are no more questions in regards to these two fighters. Both of these men have been hurt. Both of these men are swollen. They're bloody. They're both, even though they're both willing and ready to continue this fight. Getting them out here.
You've got to start to get to the get-up process. Because everybody talks like you just get up, you don't. It's a process, right? You get to the underhook, you build to the elbow, then you start to gain height to get back to your feet.
Working in half guard here, making these shots count. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Looks as though he will let his opponent stand back up. Yes. Trying to establish that jab once again. Man, that cut is so bad, you wonder if at some point that is going to start to affect his breathing. 90 seconds to go to decide this one. And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands. Both fighters throwing it back. Oh, man, what a connection right there. I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beach Street right now. He's seeing Tweety birds over the top of his head. When you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs.
Oh, nice ankle. All right, so the referee, yes, is going to step in here. He will call on the doctor to look at that nose that is unrecognizable at this stage of the fight.
His nose is broken. I mean, it's turned sideways. The blood's pouring, going down into his mouth. It looks like he's having a very difficult time breathing.
Gotta stop the fight. Yes, and the doctor will do just that. I know the fans don't like it, but you gotta tune out that noise if you are the doctor, the referee, and allow him to fight another day. The official decision is in. Here is the veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Joaquin Buckley.
Well, the crowd loves a finish, and they get a stoppage win here as the kickboxer gets the best of the wrestler. And prevailing wisdom coming in was that if the wrestler wasn't able to get takedowns, he might end up twitching on the cage.